3:15, girl, what you gonna be? Shorty got eyes on me. Let me wait before you go. Let me tell you something. I found an edit of that song, the song I was just singing that goes crazy. I gotta play it for you just in here.
Fire it up.
I gotta go. Hey, do you find it interesting? Let me ask you a question, my boys. Do you find it? How do you feel that I'm doing a DJ event next week for a Pride event, but it's because I support my LGBTIA plus community?
That's dope.
All right, cool. I'm not getting paid for it or nothing, brother. I'm just.
So it's like you're doing it at a charity. That's dope, man.
Well, not at a charity, but I mean, it's pro bono. Let's just call it that. I'm not getting paid for it, but I feel like where I'm going to be doing that, I am going to be DJing with one of my homies. It'll be a good time. And to be honest with you, I also took it because it's kind of a challenge. I'm not allowed to play any like cussing music.
I was about to say, what's your you can't play YMCA, so what's your opening song?
I'm still working on it. I have my residency on Thursday, which is Juneteenth inspired. So I gotta get ready for that one. Let me ask you something. What do you think the first song for that one should be? Because I have some thoughts, but I wasn't.
So for the LGBTQ event, the first song should be "Got to Be Real" by Cheryl Lynn.
Why you say that?
It just fit. It fit to me. You know what song I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm. This one right here?
Yeah.
Wait, Cheryl Lynn, wasn't she?
I believe so, but I don't know. But yes, like songs that have ties to that community or artists from the community would be a great, like, don't come in playing Elton John. I feel like that'd be very stereotypical. Could play some Prince.
I feel like so I will tell you, I did ask ChatGPT this question not too long ago, and
okay,
let's take a look at some of the artists that ChatGPT said.
Yeah.
So for hip hop artists, Lil Nas X, Doechii, Cakes the Killer, Big Frida, Saucy Santana, 070 Shake, Chica, Virgo Husky, The Dragon Sisters. For R&B, Kehlani, Frank Ocean, Mars, Sierra Sean, D Gotti, Destin Conrad. I totally agree with Destin Conrad. I was gonna find something useful to play anyway. For House and Dance, Honey Dijon, Kate Tronada, Larry Leavitt, See Me Not, Austin Mills.
You could play Renaissance too. Anything from Renaissance.
Listen, I also added in a little Madonna, a little Beyonce, and then
No Wayne.
No Wayne, yeah. And then you gotta throw in a little bit of this So listen to this right here.
Yeah. Mackie Miller always goes.
That's a vibe to it. I was rocking with it.
I like that. Yeah. Send me the link to that song. That's a bop.
Listen, I got a few of them. Let's see what else.
There's a song I've been listening to. Hold on. It's called Day and Night by Dabeul. I feel like that'd be a good.
You think so?
Yeah.
What's up, Kyle? How we doing? Ladies and gentlemen,
Kyle
Sinra is in the building. Listen, all right, what if I'm thinking about potentially for my Juneteenth thing. This is for Thursday, right? At my usual residency. This is what I'm thinking about maybe starting with. This is this song right here that I'm considering. It is, some say it could be a Negro anthem. I want you to tell me. No, that's not it. Wrong one. Here we go. Let's try this. Lost my life, I had to fight. Where do you think we would go with that one? Think we could start off with that one?
Yeah, but not the whole song. Like just like maybe the first verse, and then you have to transition to something else. Because yeah, the whole song might be a little overkill for Freedom Day. We just trying to dance.
All right, give me top 3 freedom anthem songs out here.
We're gonna that Beyonce, the freedom, where are you? Like that.
I
gotta think of a third one.
Gotta be an oldie though.
It's got to be Sam Cooke. Hold on, Sam Cooke got one. I just can't remember the name of it.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
What's that joint called? A Change Is Gonna Come.
Change is gonna come.
Change is gonna come. Yeah.
That's what Grandmama and Big Mama and them was playing.
You know what? A change is gonna come. That's what you end the night with to let people know it's time to go home, but it's inspirational.
But it's inspirational. A change is gonna come. We gotta get that off.
Yeah, that's gonna be the one that sent people home.
So, at what year in this presidency do you think Donald Trump is going to change Juneteenth to no longer be a federal holiday?
Oh, immediate! I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet.
I think next year it will not be a federal holiday.
I think this weekend someone's gonna say Juneteenth, and he gonna be like, "What the fuck is that?"
Well, it's on Thursday.
That's what I'm saying. Like someone's gonna say something, and he's.
So you got obviously you got to see it when it's on a year where it's like on a Monday or a Tuesday. He might be like, no. The hardworking Americans aren't sure.
The blacks. The Freedom Day for the blacks is July 4th. Like,
I don't understand why Joe Biden would even free. They were free. What are we talking about?
We're talking about Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves. We understand.
They're really nice people. Really nice people. I hate when
the Constitution freed black people and not Abraham Lincoln. Everyone knows that.
Listen. You ask him to recite one of the one of the Bill of Rights. He don't know what the second. Listen.
That man slapped tariffs on the competition and then turned around yesterday and was like, "Yo, I'm making a phone."
Wait, he said what?
So he's been slapping tariffs, like he's been threatening Apple. He's been slapping tariffs on electronics. And did you see yesterday, like he's releasing Trump phones in September, like a whole mobile plan?
Listen, America, as Bernie Mac would say, America. Are we serious right now?
He is the greatest grifter since, I guess, someone in the Old Testament. I have never seen, like, if there is $1, he will find it. And if there isn't $1, he'll generate one himself.
He claims to be making America great again. That's what he said he's doing.
He said the only way to make America great is to make me more money.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 188 of Speak On It. You already know when you see this Nas fade. Yes, it can only be one brother, the good brother, Los D Mix.
Los D Mix, baby.
Bring that back.
And we are, and I am, of course, joined by the smoothest bald head on the East Coast, Mr. Danny Ocean. How we doing, my good man?
I'm great. Tomorrow's my last day at work for the week. My wife's birthday is Saturday. We're going out of town for a little weekend trip. I'm very excited. We've been trying to do the trips and we've been together, so we finally get to do it. It's going to be fun.
There we go. We love it. We love a good trip, my brother.
It's going to be high as hell, though, especially to be in the continental U.S. I'm not looking forward to it, but it'll be okay.
I'm sitting here like, what are these two? I'm forgetting that I have a laptop stand right here for where I DJ. My DJ board's right here. Danny, we're already just kind of chit-chatting, but I mean, we've had a lot of sports to get into. We have game, I believe, 6 of the Stanley Cup final going on right now with the Panthers having an opportunity to close this one out. But today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to start in the NBA. Yes, last night we had game 5 of the NBA Finals between the Thunder and the Pacers, where the Thunder, I mean, Danny, I'm going to be honest with you, the Thunder, they just kind of led from start to finish, Indiana, they fought to kind of keep themselves within the game all game, but it felt like even when they got it to a 2-point game, that was really a 5-point lead. And of course, that 2-point deficit turned into a 10-point deficit, which turned into, I believe, an 11-point loss. Excuse me, for the Pacers. And now the Thunder lead 3-2. I think when we last met, I think this was before game 3.
Yeah, last time we spoke, it was before game 4.
It was before game 4.
Yeah, I think we spoke because game 5 was last night. Game 4 was Saturday, so that means game 3 was Wednesday or Thursday, right?
Yeah, so we spoke right before game 3.
Yeah,
And winning game 3, and since then they have lost 2 straight games for the first time since like March.
Yep.
Especially that game 4 where Indy really had them where they wanted them the entire game. And in that fourth quarter, SGA just kind of took over, man. And then game 5, that was really the Jalen Williams show. He really stepped up. And I mean, SGA did his thing too, but Jalen Williams was incredible last night, despite the TJ McConnell legacy game. Danny, what are your thoughts on the series as we head into this second week? The Thunder having a chance to close this thing out and win their first championship. Yeah, and win their first championship as the OKC Thunder in 6 games, just like you called. What are your thoughts on the series?
I think if you're a Pacers fan, you got to be sick. Game 4 was it. Like, you had game 4. And I saw something and I thought this was really interesting. It's like, if you're a Pacers fan, you got to feel real sick because you will probably never make it to the finals with this group again. Like Indiana has been the best team in the East since January, like no doubt. But Tatum got hurt. They were still winning the game when Tatum got hurt. But you got there. I mean, they beat Cleveland. I would just say game 4. And on the flip side, SGA dog. What was it, 15 in the fourth, 11 in like the final 3 minutes? Hey, man, you won't hear me disrespecting SGA. Like that is a man who has heart. We talk about Kobe and all this other jazz. Like that is 100% Kobe-esque. 15 in the fourth, 11 in the last 3 minutes to pull victory out of the jaws.
Just too good.
He's just too smooth, man. And if at this point, if you haven't learned not to put your hand on his shoulder when he's facing you up, then you just not reading the scout notes.
Not reading. Listen. I've seen it in every series the Thunder have played. Everyone, they just keep fouling them. Now you see why he was going to the line so much. They just keep fouling them. These are fouls.
They're legit fouls. Like the end of game 4, who was guarding? Was it Nehart? And it legit had their hand on his shoulder. What are you doing, man? Trust the help behind you. Stay in front of him. Make him hit tough shots. But yeah, you just can't do that. And then the OKC's defense is so aggressive. They are always swiping at the ball. They're not only swiping at the ball, but taking the ball away without fouling. It is the most fascinating thing to see. Like the Pacers, you always have to have your head on the swivel. The ball can't go below your chest, or SGA or someone is going to swipe it away from you, and they're going the other way in transition. It's suffocating. I imagine for 48 minutes, that is exhausting.
It's like you're watching the game the whole time. You're like, you get upset at the Pacers for making these bonehead turnovers, and it's just like, man, they got them in the torture chamber right now.
Like you could do those things against every other team in the league, but this OKC just has so much length and so much athleticism. You can't. Like you drive by SGA, excuse me, and Chet is right there.
Denver was the only team that had it somewhat figured out.
Yeah, I mean, Denver has length too, right? Like you can link with length, Paul. But like Michael Porter Jr. is long, Jokic is long. Like they have length too. It is just relentless how much they just swipe at the ball without fouling. Like that's got to be a drill. I'd love to see that drill at the OKC practice because they have to practice that.
You probably do because it's like anytime you get into the paint, you're just met with bodies.
Like as soon as you gather, someone's there. Give me that. So you saw what I'm supposed to do? Drive with the ball over my head, then Chet's gonna block it. Like so Hardenstein will be right there. It's fascinating.
A lot of size. Do you think we come back to OKC for another game?
Nah, I think I said 6. I'm gonna stick to 6. The series is unfolding the exact way I said it would.
Well, not exactly, but
No, I got it. I said Pacers win game 1. They did. Hold on, where's my prediction?
and then you said Thunder win game 2 and 3.
Yeah, they did, didn't they? No, Pacers won game 3. You're right. And Thunder won 4 and 5.
They had them. They were up to 1.
I just like for Mavericks fans, I think last year it was game 5 when Luka fouled out. Like you're sick about like if you're a Pacers fan, like that was it. Like, you had the chance to go up 3-1.
Wait, what happened in game 5 last year?
I can't forget what game that finals is deep in my consciousness. But there's a game where like Luka fouled out, like they just had a meltdown, and like that was the game that could have turned the tide for the Mavs.
For the entire series.
Yeah, for that, huh?
How many games did the Mavericks win versus the Celtics?
1. The Mavericks lost in 5. So it might have been game 3.
And you think, oh, you're saying it would have been a 2-2 series.
Yeah, 2-2 instead of being down 3-1. Same thing. Like for the Pacers, like you just got to be sick, dog, because you had him.
Now Halliburton potentially injures and he strained his calf.
Yeah, we don't know if he's going to play. If he don't play, I ain't watching nothing. We done here. Pack them boys up. Now, granted, they played tough for that Halliburton last year against Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals. It's not possible, but if he's going to miss game 6, he'll probably miss game 7. If it's that bad.
Listen, do you think the Pacers have enough heart to go home without Tyrese Halliburton, led by Pascal Siakam and TJ McConnell?
You see, my problem with the Pacers is Miles Turner's averaging 3 rebounds a game. Get your big ass. Like at the end of that game, I watched 2 possessions in a row. They got the switch, and Miles Turner had SGA deep on the block, deep in the paint, pinned, and no one even looked his way. That's the most insulting thing I've ever seen.
You just ain't have it lately.
He is over 7 feet tall. He should be able to play with his back to the basket if SGA is on him. No disrespect to SGA, but Miles Turner is a big. It's not like that was Obi Toppin. Miles Turner had SGA deep underneath the basket, and they didn't look his way. I'm sorry, that was crazy. They decided to take a step back mid-range shot. That is absurd.
I think what's crazy to me is like some of the bonehead fouls Turner be making too.
Like you don't rebound, you be fouling. You think you Dirk, get your big ass on the block. What are you doing? Jalen Brunson had more rebounds than Miles Turner against the Knicks.
Really?
Disgusting. I remember, hold on. No, we're going to look this up. Let's see the rebound average versus the Knicks. Nah, he averaged no damn 6 rebounds against the Knicks. No, he didn't. That's a lie. It's let's look at Miles Turner's last 8 games against the Knicks. Where's his rebounds? Oh, here we go. Game 1, 5 rebounds. So 5, 3, 4, 3, 2, 2. Now let's look at Jalen Brunson.
Hold on. Kyle says he's watching regardless on Thursday night, even as for a coronation for a Canadian Finals MVP.
Kyle has been riding the SGA Canadian Finals MVP for a long time, and I hope he gets it. And I hope SGA gets it too, man. Like I said, like after that performance, game 4, whatever, man, you got it. This your league. You got it this year.
He nice with it, for sure. He nice with it for sure.
You got any thoughts on this series?
Here's my thoughts. Indy, you gotta start turning the basketball over. You got to find ways to protect the basketball, and you got to find ways to. I don't want to say get better shots, but take the good shots that you have when you get them. Because sometimes I see him trying to swing certain passes out more, and you're not doing yourself any justice. Take that if it's a good shot, take it. But I'm holding out hope that we get a game 7 back in OKC. I think Indy holds on to home field advantage on Thursday.
Question for you.
Talk to me.
Do you think, say the Thunder pull this out, right, whether it's in 6 or in 7, do you think the Pacers say to themselves, we are one Tyrese Halliburton strain away from being champions? Or do you think they're honest with themselves and say, we need another guy? How do we go get him, and who is he?
I think you would say that you're one injury away from maybe winning the series, but you keep your options open. If you get a player that you think could really upgrade the roster, you have to keep it open.
And what kind of player would I think it's a true big, because I don't think they have a true big. Granted, Steven Adams just signed a contract in Houston, but that's the kind of guy I'm talking about. Steven Adams, Hartenstein to pair with Miles Turner.
Steven Adams wouldn't be bad, but I think Steven Adams would look better in purple and gold.
Okay.
Think about that
one. I just think they're a player.
I think they have the team. They just listen, man. OKC's just good. They've done what they've done to every team, just like the Pacers have done what they've done. I'm taking Pacers in 7 now, even though my original prediction was wrong.
I'm sticking with Thunder in 6.
There we go. Speaking of things that are sticking, Desmond Bane is not sticking with the Memphis Grizzlies anymore. He has now been traded to the Orlando Magic for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Cole Anthony, 4 unprotected first-round picks, and a first-round pick swap. Danny, I want to ask you, did Memphis overpay? I mean, did Orlando overpay for this trade?
I would say yes. I understand Orlando's thinking, right? You were on the worst three-point shooting teams in the league. Desmond Bane is one of the best three-point shooters in the league. He offers ability. You think to yourself, oh man, Jalen Suggs only played a handful of games. He's going to come back. But you are one Paolo Banchero injury away from those picks being real valuable down the road. I understand why you're Orlando. I get it, right? You haven't been relevant. You look at the East. Tatum is injured. You got Indiana. Okay, you got Cleveland. I get it, 100%. And I'm not mad that you wouldn't got Desmond Bane. Man, that's a lot to give up. That is a lot to give up because there's a world where those picks are extremely valuable.
But there's also a world where you're not able, if they become valuable and these become good players, what about the good players you have on your roster now? What about the aprons, the first apron, the second apron? What about luxury taxes? Is it really worth breaking up a roster if you kind of like how your roster looks from 1 to, I don't know, how many players is it, 15? From 1 to 12. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's the point.
What are those picks if your team is young and you believe in that nucleus and you believe this is just the player you need to take you over the edge from being good to really good to the second round, to the conference finals?
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying, like you mentioned, with the second apron and the taxes being a lot higher and teams not willing to do that, those picks become that much more valuable because at some point your roster is going to become expensive. Like we're talking about, oh, this window in OKC is opening for the next 5 years. No, it's not. It's going to be 2 years because you're going to have to start paying these young guys and you're not going to be able to afford it. That's why OKC and that little treasure chest they have, I think that's why they're set up. But you're going to have to pay these guys.
Yeah. Not only are you going to have to pay them, it's going to be, if you take too long on a deal, you don't know how that affects the locker room. And
you're just going to assume they're max contracts.
And the salary cap is due to eventually continue to go up. So better pay him earlier than later, right?
100%. I think Desmond Bane gets $40 million a year. 2 years from now, that's a steal.
Mm-hmm. Do you think this trade impacts the eventual Kevin Durant trade that's been looming over a lot of the NBA's head now?
Yes, 1,000%. Like that trade takes so many teams out of the Kevin Durant trade, because if Desmond Bane can get me 4 first, Kevin Durant,
He can at least get you 5.
like how many teams? The Spurs have the ammo, the Thunder have the ammo, the Rockets may have the ammo, and that's kind of it, unless you're trading a superstar, which you're not.
What was the team that everyone said was interested?
Minnesota.
Minnesota and they'll come back to me. Keep going.
But the price for Kevin Durant, Jesus, man. Like I said, the Spurs have who's the kid who just won Rookie of the Year?
Stephon Castle.
Yeah, and you got number 2 overall. Like that, I don't know if that's enough, but it's not going to take a lot more than that to go to Kevin Durant having number 2.
Do you think a team pulls a Toronto with Kawhi Leonard
and get him for a 1-year rental? I mean, why not? It's just who
doesn't like it.
Say what?
Who doesn't like living there?
If he about winning like he say he is, and he thinks he has a chance to win a championship, then but who has that juice?
Mm-hmm.
Memphis? Like Memphis got 4 first-round picks now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
you got to pay Jaren Jackson this summer. You can offer Ja a max this summer, but you don't have to.
What if they trade him?
Do you think that was going to be my question? Do you think the Desmond Bane trade is the start of a rebuild, or do you take those 4 first-round picks and go big game hunting?
Well, you're not spending all that money on Desmond Bane for a rebuild, my brother.
No, I'm talking about Memphis. Like if you're Memphis, is this a tear down? Is that like the move, the first move in a series of moves to looking for the future?
I think Memphis may be on the phone with Phoenix right now.
So you think a backcourt of and Durant, and then your front court Jaren Jackson, Dillon Brooks. Oh, Dillon's in Houston, right? Dillon's in Houston. So who are your other 2 starters in Memphis?
I don't know off the top of my head. Well, one of them was Desmond Bane. So
yeah, is that enough to compete in the West?
I don't think so, but it might be able to get you to 38, 39 wins.
Because can Ja stay healthy? Like I think that's the biggest knock on Ja. Like he just can't. Sure, he does stupid stuff, but he can't stay healthy. His game is rooted in athleticism, and he's 26.
He be jumping out the gym, bro.
He be playing like a crash dummy.
Kyle said the Raptors also gave up a franchise guy in that trade as well.
They did. They did give up DeRozan.
KD says that, according to sources, KD has picked the Spurs, Rockets, and Heats as his preferred destination choice after he told the Knicks he wanted to maybe trade there, and they told him, we don't want you, buddy.
My question, we at that point in Kevin Durant's career where people are telling him no?
No, I think the Knicks are just bugging.
Okay. What the hell is he going to give? Tyler Hero?
The Heat?
Yeah, what the he going to give?
I think Bam Adebayo, untouchable. Tyler Hero, untouchable. And Khalil Ware, maybe untouchable.
Then what are we talking about?
Good players.
Let's see how many draft assets they have. Let's see. I don't think they have a lot of capital that they can trade. Let's see. They got pick from the Warriors this year. 2026 first. Yeah, they ain't got a lot to give up. Yeah, they've been traded all they shit. Yeah, what are they gonna give up?
Really?
Yeah. So they have traded their first round pick this year to guess who? OKC. Their second round pick this year. is gone to Golden State. 2026 second round pick is a pick swap with Memphis. They have their 2026 first round pick. They have a 2027. The next first round pick after 2026 is 2028.
What oh man. What are your thoughts on teams that make trades during the NBA finals while they're playing in the NBA finals?
I don't have a problem with it. Business. My business doesn't stop because you in the finals.
And the NBA draft is next week.
Yeah, no. My business does not stop because you in the finals. No, I ain't got time for that.
You spoke about the Knicks. What are your thoughts on them kind of interviewing Taylor Jenkins and Mike Brown after a series of rejections from teams over the last couple of weeks? You think maybe regret that decision?
Yeah, how you fire the most successful coach in 20 years and not have his replacement in the wing? That is crazy. You tried to talk to Jason Kidd and tried to talk to Ime Udoka and tried to talk to Chris Finch.
Now, come on, be honest with me. As a Mavs fan, they would have been able to get in contact with Jason Kidd. You already know he would have went over there.
Here's the thing, though.
He's tired of y'all.
Here's the thing. If the Knicks are asking a franchise to talk to their coach, best believe the Knicks have already spoken to that coach to see if he'd be interested before they did all this. So this isn't just them stabbing something in the dark. Like you don't do that unless you know that the guy you're asking for is interested in the job.
How sure are we?
Huh?
How sure are we?
I would bet money on that. These aren't just dart throws. And good for Jason Kidd. Because I don't want to be tied to Nico Harrison at all either. Because I believe in my heart Jason Kidd did not want to trade Luka Doncic.
I don't think anyone did.
Except Nico.
And the owner.
The owner didn't even know what the fuck was going on.
He didn't like that beer drinking shit outside the locker room before the finals.
Insane. But you know what? Capture the flag.
Capture the flag, huh?
Capture the flag.
There we go. Listen, talk to me about your thoughts on Steven Adams, right?
Mm-hmm.
Steven Adams got a new extension, so shout out Steven Adams on the new extension. But I also found out this interesting fact, right? Steven Adams has never been a free agent. He just minds his business, gets his tattoos, says Aussie Aussie, plays his ball, secures those extensions. What's your thoughts on his business model?
There will always be value in big men who rebound and play defense. You will always have a job in the NBA if you can rebound and play defense. And I don't think we talk about this enough in the professional setting. Being likable. That is a skill. Shout out to Steven.
Steven Adams, make that money. Make that money. Okay, Steven Adams. I'm trying to get a sense of what the update on the game on the Stanley Cup Final Game 6 is going right now. But before we do that, and I mean while we wait on that, why don't we talk a little WNBA, my brother? It was a pretty big weekend in the WNBA. The return of Caitlin Clark drew some incredible ratings. You want to talk about the Fever and the Liberties matchup over the weekend?
So did you get a chance to watch that game?
I did. Let me tell you.
So for those who didn't watch,
go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go.
That's all I'm gonna say. And then it's all ISO. I don't know which play was in the game, but when I seen that girl shoot that ball, she crossed half court, step back, bink, and I was like, oh, she might be good. She might be different.
She had 18 in the first quarter. Guys, the WNBA quarters are 10 minutes. She hit 3 threes in a row from an average distance of 30 feet. By halftime, I think they ran the stat that the distance of feet total was like 130 something feet. She was electric. At the same time, did you also watch during that first half when she was on a heater and she didn't get the ball and she was kind of throwing temper tantrums? That's that bullshit she be on.
What type of teammate you think she is?
I think she's very annoying, but she's so great you can't, like, you have to be her friend. She seems like a very nice girl. Like, you don't hear her teammates ever saying anything bad about her. But let me tell you something. If I was a vet, like DeWanna Bond had been in the league 15 years, and some 23-year-old throw a little temper tantrum because I ain't passing the ball, hey, dog, you need to shut the fuck up.
What happens when they get another really good young player who's just, who comes in and maybe, I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is she the type that would she be able to have a Scotty?
Oh, yeah, she already got that. That's Aaliyah Boston. I think she is an amazing team. She's an amazing player. I think she's a good teammate. I just think there are times, and we have been on teams, there's one person who's just mad annoying sometimes. And if you don't know who that person is, it was probably you. Doesn't mean you're a bad person. Doesn't mean you're a bad player. Sometimes you're just a little annoying.
Yeah. And people just accept it.
And you got to accept her because she's the most electrifying player in the league right now.
Well, do you think that electricity will be able to carry them on a deep postseason run?
If everyone's healthy, if everyone's there, I don't see why not. They're kind of floating in the middle of the standings right now, but DeWanna Bonner's out for personal reasons. Caitlin was out with the calf strain. Sophie was out in concussion protocol. Like, I feel like fully healthy. Yeah. Hell yeah, they can make it to the second round of the playoffs.
Talk to me about Angel Reese.
Got a triple-double the other day. Again, I'd like to see her in an offense where she's not standing next to Camila Cardozo. Like, until that happens, I'll harp on this to the day it changes. I don't think they can unlock either one of them their full potential unless one is gone.
Listen, sometimes you need to see potential to realize potential. And if I were one of these teammates of hers, or if I was a teammate of Angel Reese, I would let them know that somewhere in Canada, in the house, there's a picture of Naruto, Scott Hall, Snoopy, Jay-Z, Miley Cyrus, Dolly Parton, Elvis, Tom Brady, and Snoopy playing a game of poker inside of Rojo's house. Rojo, I just need a copy of it, man. That's all I ask. Just need a copy.
Oh, I was wondering where you were going with that.
Good storytelling there.
Elite storytelling.
Can you explain to me about this Lee Yeru to Dallas? Like, what's going on there?
Yeah, so she was in Seattle. She won't get the playing time she wanted. She didn't think she was being utilized. Her skills aren't being utilized. So she said, "Yo, get me out of here." And they did.
So what is this I hear about the Chinese government?
Oh, I haven't heard that part. I know she plays international. The Chinese government says she can't go.
I thought I saw somewhere that the Chinese government wanted her to come back to the country, but maybe
maybe. I know she plays international, so that might be. I've missed that. That one's on me. But yeah, that sounds right.
Asia Wilson's in concussion protocol?
Yeah, she took an elbow to the face and just left the court and ain't seen her since.
How are the Aces faring?
They some ass, dog. We're gonna talk about the tiers in a minute. We've updated the tiers and where the Aces should be, and it's not pretty.
What tier, brother?
What tier that you want to do tiers now?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
We'll redo our tiers. So, not a lot has changed. I'll go over the tiers and who is in them now. So, we talked about the ground floor, the teams that you should get in on now before they become good, rebuild teams. At the beginning of the year, we had Golden State and Connecticut. Now, Connecticut's still there, but they're joined by the Chicago Sky and the Dallas Wings. First teams in the league. I will.
Not Dallas.
Page and Enrique do not match. They're two small guards who need the ball. Page is more of a traditional point guard. Enrique is here to get a shot for Enrique, and that's why she needs to be in Chicago, because that's what Chicago needs, is someone who just wants to shoot. Until then, Dallas is going to be ass. They're too little. They play these small lineups. Any decent big is going to rebound them. It's just a poorly constructed roster. At the beginning of the year, our League Pass veterans, teams that won't get a lot of national attention, but if you watch them on League Pass, you'll enjoy yourself. Originally, the teams were the Mystics, the Dream, the Sky, and the Wings. Now it is your Los Angeles Sparks.
There we go.
The Golden State Valkyries have gotten out from the ground floor, and they're League Pass veterans. The Mystics are still there. And I put the Storm in there. I think the Valkyries are the biggest surprise of the season. You look at that roster, you don't see – there you go. My dog's knocking my computer over. You don't see a lot of there's no star, but boy, they shoot threes, and boy, Veronica Burton gave her the chance to play from Connecticut, and she is a great point guard. Fun team to watch. Beginning of the year, the fire sale, the team I thought should start prepping for the future, it was Seattle, and that is where the Las Vegas Aces reside. Break that shit down, because that team is ass.
Break it down, my brother.
The Jewel Lloyd trade to this point has seemed to be a flop. Trading Kelsey Plum has seemed to be a mistake. Chelsea Gray is not playing well. Asia's in concussion protocol. Megan Gustafson is hurt. Like, that team is just not fun to watch anymore. It used to be fun. It used to make sense. And now it's just ugly, ugly basketball. You're getting blown out by Golden State on national television. It's not pretty. It might be time to pack this team up and have a fire sale. And by fire sale, I mean trade Jewel Lloyd.
After trading for her?
She just done fit, man. She can't shoot anymore. She's not in rhythm. She's not playing defense. Every time you watch an Aces game, I keep saying that there are 2 or 3 possessions. She just standing there, don't know what the fuck to do. Like, when Asia is on the block, you're supposed to run to the other side to give her space. Jewel will just be standing in the corner. So now her defender can guard 2 people without a lot of effort. I swear it happens 2-3 times a game. Just can't.
What about what's her name? Jackie Young?
Jackie Young balling. Jackie Young's the only ace right now who doing anything worth talking about. I think she had like 32 the other night. Still lost.
Aces don't look like they have a chance to make a deep playoff run right now.
No, Aces look like a bunch of low spades. They don't look like they're gonna make the playoffs. There ain't no Aces in that deck. They playing like some spades, some low spades.
Spade. Ain't nobody drinking that.
Nah, dog.
What about in the cut?
In the cut, your Los Angeles Sparks are there, but now the Atlanta Dream, who are playing right now and are up by 13 on New York in New York with 2 minutes left in the third. Alicia Gray, most improved player. Did I have her as most improved? No, I didn't. I had Aaliyah Edwards. Right now, it's Alicia Gray. She's playing her mind out. Adding Tina Papow from South Carolina last year, she has added stability. Like, Ryan Howard's playing well. This team, I am shocked. I did not think Brittany Griner and Bree Jones could keep up with the pace that Atlanta wants to play with, and I was wrong.
You're wrong, my brother.
I was wrong. And then,
are you ready?
Are you ready? The one tier I got right. The Fever and the Mercury. The Mercury are playing great. Kahleah Copper just came back from injury. Like I said, for the Fever, they just need to get healthy. And if they are healthy, if both of those teams are healthy, there's a world where one of them can make it to the finals.
There we go.
And then the big dogs were the Liberty, the Lynx, and the Aces. We had to remove the Aces, and it's just the Lynx and Liberty, 2 best teams in WNBA. Close Nafis College MVP candidate. There's no one that you can put Alicia Gray in that conversation, but it's feet. Like, I think the betting odds are insane. Hold on. Yeah, Nafisa Collier is minus 370. Caitlin Clark is next with plus 270. Brianna Stewart's after that at plus 4,500.
Woof. All righty. Shout out Feast. What about Cameron Brink for comeback player of the year?
Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna happen. She might be back next month. I don't know if that's
Has she played yet?
No, she ain't played at all. I think she's barely practicing. But she said she's not going to let anybody rush her recovery. She said she'll play when she's ready.
Hey, man. Those ACL injuries.
I ain't mad at it.
I know too well about them.
Hey, but you about to run a marathon.
Nah, not anytime soon. Not anytime soon. All right, so the Oilers and Panthers are on the ice right now. Looking like they're getting a little scrappy.
Yeah, I watched. What game was Thursday night last week? Was it game 3? It was in Florida.
Was it a very one-sided game?
No, it was back and forth. It was 2 goals. It went to overtime.
Probably game 4.
Atlanta scored 2 in the first period. Edmonton scored 2 in the second period, and they both scored a goal in the third period. It was that one. That was
some of these goals, though, I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know how the rest be out there watching with such intent, because I'll be watching and I'm like, man, where the hell is the puck?
Where's the puck? How do you know if it's in? I know the light goes off, there's a sensor, yada, yada, yada. But as a goalie, there's no way you can see it coming at your face. Big pause. There's no way you can see that puck flying at you. You just can't. I should have found another way. That was a big pause.
Freak ass boy.
Speaking of freak ass boys, complete off topic. Did you hear the R. Kelly news?
What happened?
So he overdosed and had to get rushed to the hospital. And then I start thinking about Trapped in the Closet. And he really ended the song with a midget.
Now, usually I don't do this, but ho, ho, ho. Hey, Kels. Hey, listen. Hey, T's and P's, thoughts and prayers.
That man heard Trump gonna give him no pardon. He said, "Well, that's the end of that."
Did Trump already come out and say that?
No, but I'm sure he has people that can talk to it.
All right, Kelly, if you think Trump is going to pardon you before Diddy, let me tell you about a beachfront property in Kansas that I have.
He might believe you. He can't read, right?
He gotta be able to read something. Someone had to sign them checks. In some NFL news, let's talk about the Cincinnati Bengals, who they're hilarious. So we've been kind of covering this over the last couple of weeks about how they've been having some contract disputes with Trey Hendrickson and their new rookie, who was also, I think, either the 15th or 16th overall pick in Shamar Stewart. Essentially, they have resumed contract talks with Trey Hendrickson on his new deal as he searches to become one of the higher paid defensive ends in the league. He can be paid for his worth. But Shamar Stewart is away from the team right now as they continue to work on his contract dispute. Mind you, they tried to put in basically that clause in his contract that it's not really been done before, that they can void money after a certain number of years because of injury or XYZ. Obviously, Trey Hendrickson, we know he's led the league in sacks either last year or the year before. He's been top 1 or 2 in sacks last couple of years. He deserves his money. Which edge rusher do you think they work it out with first?
It would definitely be Trey. I do want to say about Shamar, though. Do you know how bad of a front office you got to be when the vets are siding with the rookie? Like, yeah, he got a point.
Who said that?
Who's their star? I believe it's their starting center. They asked him like, "What do you
Oh
think?"
yeah. Oh yeah. I know.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, there's no resentment on our end, and
Yo, you know how bad a front office you got to be? And shout out to Shamar for not making it about himself. He was like, they won't even pay the man that led the league in sacks. What makes you think they're going to pay me? I need my... Making it as if it's a team effort and not about you. A plus PR. He's like,
but it is. I feel like both things can be true. Yo, dog, rookie contracts are pretty much guaranteed. They give you the number in which, you know what I mean? They say this is the number for this pick. Fixed rate. Pay the man.
That's it. And you knew it when you picked him how much you were going to pay him. Like, what we doing here, dog? The Brown family, hilariously cheap.
They broke.
Like, you had to sell part of the naming rights of the stadium to pay Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Then he had to go find money under the cushion for T. Higgins.
My thing is, what do they do with this money that comes from the league each year?
Oh, they definitely do. See, but here's the thing about they're cheap. They probably got the money. That's the thing that's frustrating. Just don't want to spend it.
How? If you're a Bengals fan, how could you see some of these moves and think this team's serious about winning?
If you're a Bengals fan, you're used to this. This ain't nothing but another wasted opportunity. If you're a Bengals fan, this ain't nothing new. Paul Brown and his family been cheap since the 70s. This ain't nothing new.
They didn't like that shit Jim Brown was doing back in the day.
Yeah, they looking around the league, seeing all these owners spending money and say, "Oh, not in this economy."
Who owns the Cleveland Browns?
Is it Jimmy Haslam? Yeah, I think that's Jimmy Haslam.
What does Jimmy Haslam do? Let me see.
Yeah, how did Jimmy Haslam make his money?
Former CEO of Pilot Flying J.
Oh, okay. Space. Well, not space. Aircrafts.
Okay. He's got some money.
How did the Brown family make their money?
Oh, he also owns the Columbus Crew, which is an MLS team. He also has a stake in, you guessed it, the Milwaukee Bucks.
Ah, that makes sense. Let's see. How did they make their money?
While you talk about that, what are your thoughts? I'm gonna talk on my thoughts about Cam Akers joining the Saints. Listen, I feel like the Saints are quietly they're gathering something in New Orleans. I think the Saints are plotting. It wouldn't surprise me if the Saints make themselves 9 or 10-win team.
So, say that again. I'm sorry. Did you say what I think you just said?
It would surprise me if the Saints make themselves a 9 or 10-win team next season.
Okay. They do play in the NFC South, but the NFC South is better than previous years. The Falcons are good.
Are they?
Good. I think the Falcons are better with Michael Penix than Kirk Cousins.
Well, we don't know that.
I think that.
Well, now there's tape out on Michael Penix, so now we're gonna see.
He wears silk do-rags. He'll be just fine.
He does wear silk do-rags. You know who gonna be wearing do-rags that are bright orange pretty soon?
Who's that?
Antonio Brown.
What did Antonio Brown do?
So remember not too long ago, there was that celebrity boxing event where it was reported that some shots went off. He was detained by police for a little bit, then he was let go. He claimed that he was robbed. Well, apparently, there's video evidence to dispute that, and now officials in Florida, law enforcement and officials in Florida are now looking to arrest Antonio Brown and he's being charged or wanted for attempted murder.
Up in these streets, they call it murder.
Oh, that was the perfect time for the air horn. A banger. That CTE, he has like the most advanced CTE ever. Like he's the most functioning.
Out in the streets, they call it murder.
What a song. What a song.
What a song. That might be low key one of the best ever.
It's one of them ones. Sometimes you
For some reason, they got the party going.
Oh, everyone knew when that.
The Jamaican part of the party, if it's under 12 minutes, it goes. If it's over 12 minutes.
Are we ever going to see a remix like One Blood again?
Never. Will we ever see anything like the Duddy Wine again? Oh. If she could Duddy Wine.
What?
She was an amazing athlete.
Yo, have you seen the video of this man on stage with the hips?
No.
Nah, the it's like the father with the hips that be dancing with his son.
No.
All right, see, you're gonna make me find it. All right.
I have not seen a video of a father and a son with hips dancing. Is this like, yeah, you're gonna put this on the screen because I'm intrigued, kind of. Oh, the Liberty have come back. It is not a 5-point game.
No, that's not the one. I need the one where he actually performing.
And did they say where this is at? Like, what part of the country is this in?
I think the guy must be a performer. Hold on. All right. Oh, this is awesome. Actually, this is the one. Don't worry, there's more.
I'm good.
Hey, 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 you got that too. Hey, you got that too. Hey, you got that too. You got that too. You got that too. Hey, now question for you. Your father started doing that while you doing karaoke. What are your thoughts?
I stopped doing karaoke. That's easy.
Would that be your last day doing karaoke again?
It'd be that night. That'd be the last time I do karaoke that night.
What are your thoughts about my man and his hips?
It is not for me to judge. Let me tell you something. I bet you the women love it. I bet you the women see him move his hips like, huh, that's interesting.
Oh, they're the ones that be sending out that meme. That's a meme too.
Like, I imagine.
Why was he moving his hips in such ways?
I don't know.
Florida
it's impressive if anyone can do. Say what?
Florida is up 1-0.
It's still the first period.
Mm-hmm.
Who am I to judge, man?
9:57 left in the first period.
I love that they have. You said it last week. I love that they have 3 20-minute periods. It's so efficient. Like it is. It's nonstop.
Yeah, it's not nonstop. You get in for a little bit, and you get out. You can go get you a water, use the bathroom, come back, handle business for a little bit. You're right back.
Come back, boom.
Harder for comebacks and upsets because you got that third period.
That's
the
true.
adjustments. Antonio Brown, let me tell you something. If you end up getting booked, I do feel like your music might take a dramatic increase in streams for maybe a day. And I do know Antonio Brown had that one song, that one viral song. Hold on. Which one was it?
I don't remember.
Oh man. Put that shit on.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to see if this is the one. Antonio Brown put that shit on. 1.9 million. Oh, yeah, this is definitely it.
I can't hear it. Mm-mm.
Hold on.
David, wake up.
You hear it?
Hi. Chase Davis on the beat, yeah. Put that on. Put that on. Put that on. Put that on. Put that on.
I ain't heard a lyric yet.
Put that on. Put that on. Pull up, volley, lift the door. My car still was running. Walk out your life like I walked out the field or something.
Oh, yeah, all
Something
right.
for that.
We don't need to hear no more lyrics from that. Antonio Brown, just know if and when you go back to the pen, that song, it'll be played for sure.
Not winning if you go back to the pen. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, I would rather definitely might be. He might be back. He might be back. We might be laughing at him like we laughed at Jussie Smollett. I'm still waiting on them brothers that beat him up outside that subway.
Don't commit crimes with checks. Shout out
Hey.
Charles Barkley.
Don't commit crimes with checks. Yo, do you think the Panthers close it out?
Yes.
It's 1-0, and I believe if it's game 6, then they should be back in. They are. I think they're back in South Florida, so they're trying to close out at home.
Yeah.
Which the Thunder might be having to do because I believe the Pacers are going to win tomorrow night.
If Florida wins tonight, if they win this year back to back, right?
Yeah, they'll be back-to-back Stanley Cup champions.
That's crazy.
I know. Is that a dynasty, you think?
Maybe. I don't know how I would lean on Kyle a little bit more for that. Like how often do you see a dynasty in hockey? Is that normal? Because I don't know that question.
I know Canada, the country of Canada has not won a Stanley Cup in a very long time.
I'm glad Kyle's not here to hear that.
Now, the Canadians have, but I don't think a Canada-based team. Now, I wonder if there's like if the Canadian teams have like a conspiracy.
Oh, like the league is plotting against them?
Yeah, I heard it's higher taxes, so you lose money playing in those Canada markets.
Ah, interesting. Got it for but if that's the price of universal health care.
And you're probably paying for you're probably getting taxed by both Canada and the NHL. The NHL headquarters is probably somewhere here in America.
Yeah, you're probably in 2 countries.
Yeah. Thoughts on Raw last night?
This is your ISO because you are the prophet.
Listen, I told you about Jey Uso. I told you, and listen. If you didn't hear, go check out the episode from last week where I went into detail of how I think Jey Uso is going to be booked to eventually win back his World Heavyweight Championship. But in the meantime, what I tell you, one thing about Gunther is his character best works with a champion.
Yep.
And Bill Goldberg. Now you see.
I hate it so much, man. That match is going to be 6.5 minutes, and 4 minutes of that is going to be Goldberg, heeing and hawing.
He was like, Gunther, you are next. And I just thought, like, yo, this match won't even be long.
It's no one asked for this.
Well, he is on his retirement tour.
I don't give a fuck what he's on. No one asked for this.
He's on his retirement tour. You got to give him a chance to cook.
I don't have to give him anything. wrestle over 7 minutes.
So John Cena can get a retirement tour, but Bill Goldberg can't.
He's John Cena. Yes, he can.
But Bill Goldberg, he started like 110 0. Don't you do that?
And John Cena.
Don't you do that? He started like 110 0.
And John Cena is committed to the tour. Like he is booked regularly. Goldberg just gonna pop in, do that little match, disappear. He might come back in October. He not committed to the tour like Cena.
He not ready for the grind.
Nah, he ain't ready for the grind.
Yeah, you gotta be ready for the grind, man. Gotta be ready for the grind, man. Because if you're not ready for the grind, then what the fuck are we doing?
The fuck we doing?
Let me see my video. Becky Lynch versus Bayley, I guess. Shout out to Liv Morgan. Not shout out. Prayers up for Liv Morgan. That's a gruesome injury.
Yeah, that was nasty.
Nasty. Hope she gets better.
See you at SummerSlam, girl.
I don't know. That's a serious shoulder dislocation.
Yeah, it was a complete dislocation, right?
Yeah, it might take a little while.
See you at the Rumble, girl.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. Yeah, it is June. Damn, it's crazy how those injuries work.
Well, Raquel, you are now Dom's girl.
Hell no. Hell no. Raquel I don't think she got the.
I mean, she ain't got the juice like Liv, but Liv ain't had the juice like Rhea.
I don't know if she got the assets for a man like Dom.
I mean, she's beautiful. Her.
You get what I'm saying? The assets.
I mean, Liv ain't really got no assets either.
Crazy as hell.
Especially compared to Rhea.
Bugging. She got them
Shout out to
assets.
Stephanie Vauquer doing Devil's Kiss on Rhea on the ladder.
I know, right?
Shout out to the cameraman. Elite work.
Listen. I need
Booker
to.
T probably had an aneurysm watching that.
Oh, yeah. Hey, y'all playing with Booker T sound like a lot of y'all's horny uncles at the. No, actually, I ain't gonna say
That's why it's relatable. Hey, low key NXT number is run by black folks. Shawn Michaels. Do you see the video where they were standing behind Shawn Michaels and he had to recognize their voice?
Nah,
I'll send it to you.
got it. It's funny.
It's Shawn Michaels listening to a bunch of women talk, trying to recognize their voices.
You hear this new clip song?
I did.
What you think about Push sending them shots to Travis? He said he ain't like that back and forth neutral Switzerland shit you be on.
Well, Travis Scott's married to Rihanna, so he won. But if we talking about rap,
Wait, Travis, what?
Travis Scott is married to Rihanna, isn't it? No, that's A$AP Rocky. My bad. They both kind of look alike.
The thing is, funny is, I saw Travis almost beat somebody up for saying he looked like A$AP Rocky.
Well, he can come find me if he got offended. That's what he also take that out. He's losing because he can't rap.
Especially not like that to Push.
Yeah, you definitely can't rap like Push. That's the thing about Push though. Like there are very few people who can rap like Push, and I don't see Push attacking the people who can rap like him.
Well, he do, but
he attacked Drake, but he had the biggest trump card any rapper has ever had on another man.
Don't make me pull it up.
You are hiding a child. Gee, it was so real. What's my man in Houston?
Jay Prince.
Jay Prince had to step in and say, "Hey Drake,
don't put this song out."
Don't do it.
I still don't believe he had a song to put out. But
I don't think he did either. Because what do you respond with when someone says that you are hiding a child and you really are hiding a child?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Easy money.
I just want to let everyone know it was about around.
It's about to be a surgical summer.
Right here when I was like, this may get ugly fast. And hey, Jim Jones, Drake.
What?
We might get a surgical summer volume 2.
Jim Jones, stand down.
Jim Jones said he's still active and he ready. So if he got to hop in the booth, he ready.
Jim Jones, you are in your 50s.
Got a diss. So you gotta let it be known.
Jim Jones, you are in your 50s. Stand down, my boy.
Well, let's push.
Chop the tops off the coupes. The 488.
Black men speaking Spanish. Great. Fucked up.
You girls are good.
The spider joint.
Ladies and gentlemen, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with us tonight. And all we can do is be grateful and appreciate. As usual, every week, we just want you to speak on some things. We want to give a special shout out to our host, the Going for Two Live Network. Shout out, Jeff. Hope you're doing well, Jeff. Shout out to the whole Going for Two Network. Shout out, Kyle. Shout out, Bam. Shout out, Rojo. Shout out, I saw Jamie in here earlier. Shout out to all the people who are listening via the audio. We appreciate you, and please let us know your thoughts on some of our opinions. We may sound crazy. We want you to speak on it and let us know. We getting out of here to one of the best diss songs ever, maybe the greatest diss song ever, up until maybe last year when a song called "Not Like Us" came out. This one was up there. It was scathing. It was cold. It was,
and they're both aimed at the same man.
They're strangely both aimed at the same man. He should probably do a better job of not being a messy little bitch, but that's none of my business neither here nor there. Ladies and gentlemen, Danny Ocean, let the people know where they can find you, my good brother.
Find me, Danny Ocean 41 on X and Blue Sky. Speak on the _pod are the handles. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
You know we gotta cut the heads off.
Just y'all know, man. You've listened long enough, know to find us. Just play that joint.
Body drops.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can find me at Los D-Mix. That's LOSDEEMIX across all social media platforms.
Drug dealing aside, goose right in the side. Let's have a heart-to-heart about your pride. Even though you're multi, I see that your soul don't look alive. The M's count different when baby divides the pie. Wait, let's examine why. Your music for the past few years been angry and full of lies.
I just feel like, at what part do you think, which part in this song did you think Drake heard that he was like, all right, maybe I done fucked up?
That baby line, the M's hit different when babies look like that's it.
The M's look different when baby divides the pie.
And it all could have been handled if Birdman would have paid Pharrell.
Yeah, that's like the longest. It's like the longest running beef forever. Like, Birdman, it just seems to be the root of a lot of these issues that Cash Money artists be having. But that's a conversation for another thing. I think they need to channel their energy. You know, well, Drake is no longer on Birdman's label and hasn't been for some time. So,
comedy.
I started at the home front, I'm on one. Then it's gram, stay off the gram, bitch, I'm on one. You mentioned wedding ring like it's a bad thing. Your father walked away at 5, hell of a dad thing. Marriage is something that Sandy never had, Drake. How you a winner, but she keep coming in last place. Monkey.
Not his mama.
what mama?
She catching all the strays. Keep going. It just gets funnier.
Monkey suit, Dennis, you parade him. A Steve Harvey suit, nigga made him. Confused, always felt you weren't black enough. Afraid to grow it cause your fro wouldn't nap enough. Since you name dropped my fiance, let him know who you chose as your Beyonce. Sophie knows better as your baby mother. Cleaned her up for IG, but the stench is on her.
It hurts every time because, boy, that's when.
A baby's involved, it's deeper than rap. We talking character, let me keep with the facts. You are hiding a child, let that boy come home. Deadbeat motherfucker playing border patrol. Ooh. Adonis is your son, and he deserves more than an Adidas press run. That's real.
Now that's sassy ass. That's real at the end.
And the fact that he spoiled the whole surprise.
Love that baby, respect that girl. Forget she's a porn star. Let her be your world. Yeah.
And this is where, if I'm that Canadian, this is where what? Ladies and gentlemen, he wasn't lying.
Baby, I need you to shoot him. You ain't paid me. The least you can do is shoot this man. He in Virginia.
Go get him.
Baby.
And you better put that on Miss Gladys that you're gonna do it.
Yeah. I need to hear, yeah. I need you to put on Miss Gladys that you about to go do this. Thank you.
How dare you put yay in my verses? I'm selfish, I want all of the curses. I'm pre-booking the churches, me versus 3 hearses. If we all go to hell, it'll be worth it. Already aligned with the greats. And on that same note, the only ones I chase are 2 ghosts. Still giving you classics. That's the only thing that dates me. OVO 40, hunched over like he 80. Tick, tick, tick. How much time he got? That man is 666. I got the devil flow, nigga. 666. Surgical summer with it. Snip, snip, snip. And you don't really want it with him.
Man dying. And Push-Up's like, perfect. Let me push him in the grave.
He showed up like the meme that wanted to show up to his greatest. He showed up to his hater's funeral
Just to make sure he in the ground.
just to make sure he in the ground. Listen, actually, I'm not going to ask you that because I don't think we. I think that's a conversation best for maybe next episode. But I would love to hear how many people funeral you want to go to just to make sure they in that motherfucker.
Oh, I'll answer that now. None. I don't hate no one that much.
Oh,
I can think of one for you.
let me tell y'all something. Hey, listen, God, listen, just know y'all, when the money really come in the way I want it to, I'm gonna let a few of y'all know that I will be at your funeral if I'm still alive and kicking.
Y'all, good night.
I will be there. We'll see y'all next week. Y'all make sure y'all speak on it.
Have a good one, Kyle. Kyle just came back. See you later, Kyle.
Yeah, they're just now finishing the first intermission. Believe the Panthers are still up 1-0, I believe. So we'll see. Kyle, I think the Panthers are going to close it out, by the way. I think the Panthers are going to close it out. Hendricks, come on, bud. What's up?